Hello everyone. Previously we had discussed about the non-nullable types. So today we'll be discussing about the topic strict null checks. So what does strict null checks do? Basically, strict null checks ensure that the variables cannot be null or undefined unless explicitly declared. This is simple, right? So basically what it does here is strict null checks ensures that the variables cannot be null or undefined unless it is explicitly declared. So enabled with this one, basically hyphen strict, sorry, just give me a second here, strict null checks. Basically this one is enabled, strict null checks are enabled with this keyword in the TypeScript configuration. What it does, it prevents unintended null or undefined values, right? I hope this one is clear. So let's try to see the same thing with a very simple example, right? First let's see how to prevent the null assignment, and the second example, let's see the explicit union with the null. First let's go with how to prevent null assignment. So I'll quickly come here. Let me create function. Let me give here the function name greet. Let me pass the parameter name. It will be of the string type, and let's give here string. So within this function, let me return here within the backticks. I'll just give you hello. So this one, let me pass name here, right? So this one is fine. Then what I'll do here, let me do one thing. Let me quickly come here. Let me log made use of the function name greet, right? Within the greet, let me give here Bharadwaj, right? So basically what happens here is, I'll quickly explain what I've done here. The name parameter, whatever I have, I'm using here, this must be always string, right? This must always be a string. The name parameter, whatever I have used here, the whatever I have passed here. So this one, this parameter must always be a string. Assigning null or undefined will throw an error during the compilation. So let me try to run this one very quickly. So here we are getting the output hello Bharadwaj, right? So I'll come out of this function basically quickly, and let me give here, let me pass the function name here. Within this function, let me pass null basically. So if I try to run the code, I have to get the output argument of type null is not assignable to the parameter of type string, right? So why? So we know that assigning null or undefined will throw an error during the compilation, right? So that's what here. If I try to run this one, we have to get the error basically. Something like assignment of type null is not assignable to the parameter of type string. So let's try to run the code here. So here we are getting the output. Let me do one thing. Let me comment this one, this line completely. So I have to get the, basically if I try to pass this one, so we are not getting anything, right? Just give me a second here. So yeah, we can either get an empty output or we can get the error as well. So if we try to run this one, we are not getting any output because this is not possible. Argument of the type null, this is not assignable to the parameter of the type string, or either we can get a error, right? So either we can get an error. So this one, this works with the valid string, right? So I'll just quickly do one thing. Let me comment this one, and let me uncomment this line. So here if I try to run now, we have to get the output hello Bharadwaj. So yeah, we are getting the same thing, right? So I'll quickly explain. The name parameter must be always string here, and also assigning null or undefined will throw an error or it will not give any output. We saw this one, right? So basically we tried to pass the null. You can check with the undefined as well. You'll not get any output, or it will throw an error basically. So finally, if we have the valid string, the output works as expected, right? So I hope the concept of this one, preventing null assignment, is completely clear. So next, let's move on to the next example. Nothing but explicit union with the null. Let me quickly delete this one, I'm speaking of explicit union with the null, right? I'll quickly create the function here. Just name this one something like describe age. Anything you can consider. I'll just consider here age, which is of the type number or null. And let me set this one to the string here, right? So let me quickly consider one condition. I'll just give here if age equal to null, then let's return something like age is unknown. If age is null, yeah, then I'll just give here age is unknown, right? I hope this is clear. Next, what I'll do, else we will return. Sorry, what did I do here? Else we will return. I'll just make use of instead this one template literals within backticks. I'll just give here ages within the flower base. Let's pass the parameter age, right? So I'll quickly come out of the function. Let's log here. Let's pass the function name here. Nothing but describe age I have considered. Age of initially let's pass something like 25. And let me copy the same thing here. Just give me a second here. Let me pass null here instead. So I'll quickly explain what I've done here. Then let's try to run the code. Right. Initially, the age parameter explicitly allows null using a union type. This one you can clearly see here. The age parameter, whatever we have used here, the age parameter, whatever we have passed in this function. So this explicitly allows null using a union type. You can see here. This is allowing null explicitly using a union type, and TypeScript ensures safe handling of null through the explicit checks. Again, I'm telling TypeScript ensures the safe handling of the null through the explicit checks. The output basically depends on whether age is number or null, right? So the output depends on the age is either number or null. We are trying with the those two, right? We are trying with the number as well as null. Now let's try to run the code. Let's see what this output that we get. So here we can clearly see the output is 20, age is 25. If we have given the age, we have to get age is this one, whatever we have given here. This one age is 25, and this one age is unknown. Whatever I have given here, if age is null, we have to get this one, right? This one we have passed null here, so we are getting output age is unknown. Age is 25 and age is unknown, which is completely correct. So I hope the concept of explicit union with null and the preventing null assignment is completely clear. Nothing but I hope the concept of strict null checks is completely clear. Next, let's discuss on the topic const enums, right? For now, this is it. Thanks for watching, guys.